Recently, I've been attending a weekly fart club, and no, it does not mean what you think it means. My wonderful friend came up with the name, and it stands for Fiber Arts and Reality TV. And we basically just get together and craft and watch reality TV shows. Right now, we're watching Love is Blind, but what I wanted to do was create a fun little patch for all of us to put onto like our, knitting, crocheting, sewing bags. So this is the process. I just did a little lino cut transfer for my design. I drew it out on some like rough paper so that the pencil transfers nicely. And then I went through and lino cut everything. Now, I'm not talented enough to do this on camera, so you only get a few of the satisfying little peely bits, and then I just finished it off camera. But I love making these little patches, and I tend to do it a lot just for random little bits and bobs, especially some of the stuff that I sew and then sell in my like on my Etsy or in my business. I use this Speedball ink, and a huge jar of this does cost a good amount, but I've made so many patches and I've barely even made a dent inside the jar, so definitely worth it. And then I would make sure, if you are doing like lino cutting at home or you want to get into it, make sure that your roller thing, like this thing right here, is flat. Mine I got on Amazon, so it's a pretty cheap set, and the roller is not flat, so I never really get a super good like ink coverage on the stamp. But it still tends to work out, especially if I'm using fabric and I just kind of press it down really hard. But yeah, it just doesn't lay down the ink as nicely as I would like it to, and there's no way to like flatten it out because the rubber roller bit is just deformed or stretched out too much. But these are little stamps. What I like to do is stamp them on like some solid colorful fabric and then match them up with a piece of felt that also looks nice with the whole color scheme, and then I'll just zigzag that bit onto the felt and trim it out so that you can sew it onto whatever you want to sew it on. But yeah, let me know what you think of these little patches, and let me know if you want to see more of my patches. Thanks.